Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. Are you a goofball that loves Giants football? If so, sit back and relax as we talk about the team that both excites and frustrates us so much. And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs, New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, joined as always by...
me, Rob. Let's talk about Week 14.
Week 14
Back it up. Back it in.
Is out.
Let's begin this podcast.
Oh, wow. That was a stretch.
Yeah.
It's Picker Stretch and Stretch Armstrong over here. All right, guys. So today we are, like he said, going to give you guys the preview episode on the Green Bay Packer game here. We're doing it one day later than usual because the Giants are doing it one day later than usual. Plus, if you watch the show we had there on Wednesday night, I shouldn't say we had, but Rob had, because my hotel I was at just did not have good internet, apparently, so I could not be on the show. As I once again paraded around Disney, being a big kid and enjoying the things that happen at Disney. I went to 3 parks yesterday, actually, 3 of the 4 parks.
And did you stop to watch that amazing New England game last night?
I did. I actually was watching some of it while I was waiting for the new fireworks show they were doing over at Epcot. So, luckily, the NFL Plus comes in handy for that kind of stuff there. Because we started off in Hollywood Studios, made our way to Magic Kingdom for a little bit, and then went off to Epcot at the end of the day. So I was tempted to try to squeeze in a trip to Animal Kingdom just so I got all 4 in one day. I've never done all 4 in one day. Didn't quite do it.
You would be an animal for that.
Ooh, I see what you did there. But yeah, Animal Kingdom, let me be very frank, is probably the worst park of all 4 because other than Pandora, not really anything that special. It's basically an expensive zoo. That's what it is. So, all right, let's get into the game itself here. Now, I should say before we get started too much as well, that this is the episode we're going to have the sardines.
Ooh.
I have to eat this can of sardines while this episode is going because of the fact that I lost the bet last week on the picks, and very close week. It was like 1 game separated us.
It was a very good week.
Yeah, both of us did pretty good there. Just the one game that crushed me was the Eagles and the Chiefs, and of course, even when they lose, the Eagles still find a way to screw me. So yeah,
Eagles lost to the Niners.
I know. Did I say the Chiefs? What did I say?
It said Eagles and the Chiefs. It was
Oh,
the
there you go.
Eagles and the Niners.
And that's when they usually lose against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Touche.
All right. We're going to do this then. We're going to break into our injury report first. And then we're going to start breaking into these sardines because I'm going to have to eat these while we're talking here. So let's get first into the injury report so that way I can go through the list without choking and throwing up, basically, because I'm really not. I've never had a sardine in my life, for the record.
You might like them. You don't know.
People think they're nasty. That's why I thought it'd be a good one.
It's a love or hate it kind of thing. It's like some people love anchovies. They put
What
it
I
on
find
pizza.
Funny is I got these ones are soaked in olive oil, and I purposely got the skinless, boneless ones so I can just eat them on whole because I'm not eating little tiny bones.
Well, I mean that's part of eating a sardine is eating the bones.
No, I'm not eating the bones. This is sardines. We never said bones sardines.
Well, you said sardine, which I would assume is the whole fish.
This is sardines. This is what this is. It's sardines.
But it's not the whole sardine.
It's a sardine. It says
you got
right
a fillet of sardine.
It's sardine.
You got a fillet of a sardine, which is just a smidge bit of a sardine.
Apparently, you need to be more specific then.
Listen, if I would have lost because that was your bet,
it's a sardine.
Oh,
it's in a can.
You need a sardine that's this big.
Whoa, I don't use those kind of phrases, sir. Anyway, let's get into the injury report here, and then we'll break into these sardines here. All right, so the injury report here. So for us, this is a first. I think we have a shorter list of injuries on our side than the Packers do. Can't remember the last time that's been the case. God damn. So combination of we're getting a little healthier and the Packers just have a lot of injuries there. So first one, Evan Neal with his ankle injury, did not practice Thursday or Friday. I am not expecting to see him at all on Monday. Brian Daboll's already said he might not play the rest of this year the way things are going. So
is that a good or bad thing?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll determine that later.
Yeah.
The big one that we do need, Dexter Lawrence. He's got the hamstring issue. He's been limited to participant in practice the last couple of days. I think we will probably see him on Monday. I do think that.
I fully believe he will play, and I think it's at this point in the season, he's got the gas he needs. He's got the oxygen on the sideline. They're going to rest him up, let that hamstring be as healthy as it could be coming into this game.
You know what the big thing with him is?
His hamstring?
Besides that,
or his quads.
We need the fans to vote for this man for the Pro Bowl, because for those who aren't aware, when they initially released the initial voting, he's not even in the top 10 for defensive tackle, folks. Not even the top 10.
I saw that in PFF. He was ranked like top 5 or top
number
rated.
Number
top
1, yeah.
Rated.
I mean, I get it. He plays on a crappy team, so he doesn't get the press he deserves because of that, even though he plays one of the, if not the biggest media hub in the country. But guys, vote, and vote, because the more Pro Bowlers we have, the happier I'll be at the Pro Bowl. And do it for me. Don't do it for Dexter. Do it for me. The only one we have right now starting, actually, is ironically enough the Scottish Hammer himself, Jamie Gillan, which is crazy. What a difference 1 year makes, huh? Go from a guy that we blasted on here on a PC weekly basis to a guy who's going to be a starter at the Pro Bowl, and you and I aren't even saying it's not an Evan Ingram situation. He legit deserves it. He's been amazing. So,
yeah, he's definitely improved a lot.
What a difference. All right. Anyway, next up, we got Ashawn Robinson, our other defensive tackle there with a hamstring issue. Limited participant the last 2 days. So, again, limited participant. I'm going to assume that they're probably going to practice at this point. I'm trying to play. But really, let's be honest. It can go either way. Isaiah Simmons with the ankle injury, limited participant, both yesterday and today. Carter Coughlin with his hip issue, full participant here the last couple of days, so I fully expect him. Tyrod Taylor with the ribs, full participant both days. Again, I fully expect him. Daniel Bellinger did not practice on today, I should say. Full participant Thursday, did not practice today because of an illness. So I do expect he'll probably be a full go. Probably just don't want to overexert him, because Darren Waller is able to come off the IR now, but from all accounts, he's not going to. So hopefully next week we'll get Darren Waller back. On the Packers side, not that many. On the Packers side, Jair Alexander with the shoulder injury, a limited participant both days. Devondre Campbell, outside linebacker, neck injury, limited participant both days. Josiah DeGuara, the tight end, hip injury, full participant both days. AJ Dillon, the running back, groin injury, limited participant both days. Rashawn Gary, linebacker, shoulder, limited participant both days. Wouldn't it be a shame if he was out?
Wow.
I'm sure DeVito would be happy. Elston Jenkins, the guard, shoulder injury, limited participant on Thursday, did not practice today, so that's usually not a good sign when you start going backwards there. Aaron Jones, running back with the knee, limited participant both days. Jonathan Owens, Mr. Biles there, Simone Biles' husband there, is got an issue there with as I'm losing my spot here. We're talking. Where'd he go? Knee injury there, limited participant both days. Jaden Reed, the wide receiver, chest injury, limited participant both days. Darnell Savage, safety, chest injury, did not practice yesterday, limited participant today. Quay Walker, linebacker, shoulder injury, did not practice both days. And Christian Watson with the hamstring did not practice both days. So those two probably not looking too good. You have Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle with the elbow, limited participant both days, and Eric Stokes, corner, hamstring, full participant last 2 days there. So, like I said, a lot of injuries on the Packers, and that could be one of those things that really helps us sneak into having a chance to win here. But we'll have to keep an eye closer to Monday and see what's going on there. I will say this: we still owe a members only episode, so maybe, just maybe, we'll figure out something to sneak in here to give you guys a closer update as things get a little closer there, what goes on to game time for everybody. So keep an eye on that. If you haven't already signed up, it's buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. And like I said, we'll go ahead and look to get something out for you guys on that. Of course, there's going to be the Facebook that. So if you haven't already and you've already signed up for a membership, do make sure to go to the Facebook group there. We just verify basically that you signed up for the monthly membership there, and we get you in from there. All right, let's get going here with the update of what we're on offense here. Before we do that, I'm breaking in. I'm breaking into these sardines here. Let's see how they are.
Crack on in. Release the crackling.
Oh my gosh, these do not look good at all. These look nasty. Now,
you're gonna eat the fins. You gotta eat the skin. You normally eat the bones with those things.
No, I'm not eating bones. I'm sorry.
They're so microscopic that it's nothing.
This is like, oh my god. Oh
yeah, you got the sardine fillets. You didn't even get the whole sardines.
I told you. I'm not playing that game. I'm not doing. What I'm going to do real quick, because one thing we forgot to do is we forgot to go over the Giants news beforehand. Rob, you got the episode notes up? I'm gonna go ahead and grab a fork. I need a fork for these. I didn't realize this covered in olive oil.
Yeah, well, let's get a second here because the notes are all over the place.
No, they're not. The very top of the notes is the Giants news.
All right, here we go.
Hold on. Oh, I see what you're saying. Womp. I'll get you that. Hold on.
I was reading the notes. I'm like, what am I reading here? This is live action.
This is what happens when I wake up. Okay, hold on 1 second.
This is what happens when your goofball hosts both wake up.
There you go.
5 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, you are good now. If you refresh the page, I'm going to go get myself a fork for these sardines in the meantime.
Ooh.
I should
All right.
say it smells nasty.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to taste nasty, and his butthole is not going to agree with him. Anyway, talk about buttholes. Let's go talk about this Giants news. Womp. Daniel Jones targeted training camp for return. Ryan Dunleavy of the New York the New York Post said he didn't have any other structural damage found in his ACL surgery, which is a good news. Means he comes back a little faster because sometimes at his age, ACL turns into like a 6-month thing to a year recovery.
Oh.
If you watched the game Thursday night, you might have noticed that the former Giants linebacker playing for the Steelers, he was formerly on the Panthers practice squad.
It's not a formally.
Yes. Formerly.
Is it Prince?
Yeah. Prince. Why he was formerly. Listen, if you're going to release from the Panthers.
No, he wasn't released. He was on their practice squad. Keep in mind, he hadn't played in a year. He hadn't played since he was a couple weeks with the Raiders. So, it takes a little time to get back into it. But the Steelers were apparently desperate for a linebacker. Obviously, he's got potential based on his past. So they took a chance. Obviously, the game didn't go very well for them. So, All right.
That's the worst points that the Patriots scored in the past 3 games, pretty much.
I think it doubled the season to output.
I want to go that far. Yeah, zero last week, 10 or 7 against us.
It was a hyperbole, Rob.
Yeah.
Hyperbole.
But you're
All
not far off.
So
Think about it.
I just put my fork into this can of sardines, and it's like tough. It's like my fork doesn't want to go into them. It's nasty.
You should get a spoon.
I'm going for it.
Oh, you took a little bite. You need to eat the whole thing at once.
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like bad tuna. Like tuna that's like been sitting out for a while on the counter.
Like tuna fish from the can.
Yeah. It's like you actually really like fish, apparently, sardines. Luckily, I do. This is not that bad of actually of all the possibilities we could have come up with.
It was funny. We're talking about those Scottish eggs.
Ooh, those are so good.
And you're talking about sardines. They have there's another thing to do out there. It's like eel pie.
Eel pie?
It's like shepherd's pie, but instead of the whole like, hey, what the shepherd is raising, it's fish inside. And and you see like the whole, I forget what they actually call it, but like it's, I'm pretty sure it's eels, and you just see them coming a pop of the pot pie crust.
So I think I have next week for us figured out. I think what we should do is whoever loses has to go on Amazon to do this probably because nobody local is going to have it. Chocolate covered crickets.
Okay.
Done. That's figured out.
We both lost last night, right? We're still leaving.
Oh, I'm pretty sure nobody won last night except the Packers. Oh my god. Yeah, that's definitely where we're at.
I may have taken the Patriots in the spreads. A sweet one less cricket for me.
All right, let's get into when we're on offense here. All right, so when on offense, so the Packers allow 20.3 points per game, which is ninth best. It's weird. You think that the Packers always is a pretty good offense because they historically are a pretty good offense. But this year, the defense is the better side of the ball, actually. Now,
I mean, it depends on the week. Like they go from week to week, but we'll talk about that in the other point. And their defense has really stepped up.
Yeah,
and really helped put that number down since Thanksgiving. Well, not a little before Thanksgiving, but they really look impressive against a high-powered Lions offense.
We got to look to see who's healthy, and that's part of it. I mean, Jair Alexander is their stud corner. If he's gone, then that moves everybody down one ring down the ladder there. You know, Quay Walker may not be playing at that point. He's leading the Packers with 96 tackles in the season. So they have some legit defensive injuries there to look at. Now, what's interesting, though, is we talked again, obviously, a few years ago with Patrick Graham as our defensive coordinator, the bend but don't break mentality. That's what the Packers have. So they allow 340 yards per game, which is ranked just 18th. So that's more than average. So they're definitely, like I said, that bend but don't break kind of defense there. They also have the 8th best red zone defense as well. So that solidifies that, is that they're stopping people from getting in the end zone. That's their goal. Their goal is, I don't care if I'm going to give up some yards. I don't care if you kick the occasional field goal. My goal is to stop you from getting into that end zone, which, let's be honest, that is the goal in football.
Wins your ball games.
Exactly. So their passing defense is definitely better than average in just about every category except sacks and interception percentage. So obviously, with the way our pass blocking has been going, they'll get some sacks. But their tendency to not get interceptions means that DeVito can take some chances deep with Hyatt and Slayton. And I fully expect to see that because if you guys watch the last couple weeks, this is what he does. either gets sacked or he shoots it 30 yards down the field. There's like no in between for this guy.
Well, I mean, sometimes he throws it in the backfield to Barkley.
It's a big play for somebody.
Yeah.
So now, as far as the sack guys, Rashawn Gary, we talked about him having injury issues right now as well. That's a nasty aftertaste in these sardines. Oh, I take it back. I said it's not so bad. It's got like a nasty aftertaste coming in my mouth.
That means you should have another one so you get that aftertaste out of your mouth right now.
Get the during taste to my mouth instead.
Yeah, yeah. Which wasn't so bad, right?
It wasn't, but oh my god, this is like a nasty, nasty aftertaste.
You know, it's going to be amazing tomorrow. You're going to wake up. You're going to I brushed my teeth last night.
What are you talking about?
You're going to brush your teeth tonight before you go to bed, but you're going to wake up, and that fish taste is still going to come out of your mouth. You're going to have that. Exactly.
But yes, anyway, Rashawn Gary is the one player we got to watch on defense, very specifically as far as his ability to get to the quarterback. He's got 9 sacks on the season. As far as interception wise, like I said, they don't do that very often. Rudy Ford is the only player with more than 1 interception this season, and he's got just 2. They're pretty much as bad as the Giants are doing that. Now, the biggest way to attack the defense there is on the ground. That's their biggest issue. It's almost like a running team can maybe have a better shot against them. I wonder who's a running team. Oh, yes, that's right. The Giants.
Yep.
So that's a key one there. So they allow 136.3 yards per game, which is 30th in the NFL. They average 4.5 yards per carry is what they give up. That's 26th in the league. So, guys, run, pass.
Run away.
And I run so far away. I'm gonna get away. Anyway. All right. Let's get into the defense now. Actually, you know what? Before we get into the defense, we got a comment here from Connor. What's up, Connor? He says, I'm so confused. Why are you here? Why are you in today? Because we weren't in yesterday, Connonnor.
Connor, you were on the show Wednesday when I said we'll be live on Friday. Yes,
Friday, exactly. Because
Friday. Because Drew was too busy playing with the mouse.
Listen, I don't even go see the mouse ever. I'm not that Disney adult who goes and take pictures with the characters. That's just a little weird for me. I'm good.
But Connor, at least you jumped on so Drew could eat his sardines. You can tell Deb all about it since she's not there.
He also says, hey, the fireplace is blocked. Well, if I remove Roberto, there it is. There's the fireplace. And Roberto's on the fireplace.
I'm on fire.
Roberto roasting on an open fire.
Caw. So you cough with roasted nuts.
He says, I'm just brain mush. All right, let's pay the bills real quick, and then let's get into the when we're on defense here for you guys. Defense. Because this is going to be a potential true test here now for the New York Giants football defense there.
Enjoying the show? Looking for more goofball action? Consider a membership at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Memberships start at just $5 and give you additional goofball access. One-time support payments also available starting at just $3. buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs.
Oh, yeah. There we go. All righty. Let's get into the defense here now because, that's been a pretty good offense. Oh, so deep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Rob's on mute again. I swear the program mutes you because you talk during the videos, and it just puts you on mute.
It's like as soon as I talk, the video goes. I'm like, blah,
blah. All right, so what on defense here? So the Packers have been pretty much the definition of average on offense this year. What's interesting though is it's week to week. Some weeks they're very bad, some weeks they're very good. So it's a matter of what Packers offense do you get. This isn't the average offense week in, week out.
No. So, like, there's two key players of why that happens. Obviously, who you blame on all your offense? Your quarterback. Mr. Love started off the season pretty darn good. I actually hyped him up when we were doing our pick shows that the first 2 games he had as a starter, he had 6 touchdowns in 2 games, and he threw for like 550 yards. So that's a good start to the year. And then they lost a whole bunch of games.
Oh, yeah.
And then they won a whole bunch of games, and he looks absolutely amazing through the month of November. And well, I should say absolutely amazing, but he's looking pretty darn good, and he's been lighting up the field. But he's also good to go. And the other big thing, which I guess we could, I don't know if you need me to slow down here, talking about this offense.
You're good. Go for it. I'm just enjoying these sardines to me. While you talk.
I love how you lie to me. Aaron Jones is another big case in this. Aaron Jones has not been healthy for most of this year. And when healthy, he is a top 10 running back, arguably top 5 running back in this league. And A.J. Dillon was a good complimentary running back to Jones. But A.J. Dillon looked like he ate A.J. Dillon last year and is slow, not methodical, and goes down. And he just has not ran that well this season.
No, they had pretty much no running game whatsoever, basically. So A.J. Dillon's got 520 yards, averages 3.5 yards per carry, 1 touchdown. In fact, I would say this, as we're talking about, who's going to be healthy, who's not going to be healthy there overall for them. A.J. Dillon is going to be the starter, but I go wonder how healthy he is. I think Aaron Jones is going to be one more week before he's back, because they signed this past week here a brand new running back, because that's how bad it's been. So they went ahead and signed Kenyon Drake, who, of course, we saw last year as a Raven. He averaged 4.4 yards per carry last year with the Ravens overall, had 119 yards against the Giants.
Was he drafted by Miami?
Yes, exactly.
They didn't utilize him properly there, and then he gets drafted behind Lamar Jackson, who was also...
Well, he went, I believe, and I can pull up his full record, but I think it was Dolphins, Eagles, then Ravens.
Yeah, which doesn't help his case.
Yeah, so, I mean, this year, though, he hasn't done anything basically. He's had 1 carry for 0 yards in the season, and that's it. So he's been basically just sitting on the sidelines waiting for a chance to show he still has something left in the tank. And he very well may get this opportunity against a team that he did pretty damn good against last week. So I think that's something I don't hear a lot of people talking about him overall. But if he's active in this game, guys, this is a guy that could potentially change up this offense, because he's extremely fast runner, which is exactly the kind of runner we have troubles against. Because our guys are not best at setting the edge. And when you have guys really, really fast and gets outside that edge, good luck getting him.
Yeah, he's one of those. I'm not that big of a guy. I'm not going to run straight down the middle, but I am going to. He is, at this point in his life, he's the clearance Walmart version of H-Hand. Just a little bit bigger.
No. Because H-Hand's never has had an amazing run here to start that Drake's never really had.
That's why it's Walmart.
No, but
clearance.
I don't know.
He's a fast, small body guy. He's not going to put up those yards this year. He's had decent yards early in his career, but nothing like what H-N would have been projected to. What was that?
3,800 yards in his career overall. So not that he's done nothing, but I would say.
Well, at the time,
you know what? Actually,
when he was with Miami, he did.
We were so wrong on his career here. He had a lot of stops here. Was it the Eagles? I'm looking it up here. So he spent 3.5 years with the Dolphins. then went to the Cardinals a year and a half there. Then spent the last 2 years. Sorry, then spent 1 year with the Raiders, and then the last 2 years, the 22 and the start of 23 was with those Ravens. So yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean, he's had a 900-yard season with the Cardinals. He's had 800-yard season with between the Cardinals and the Dolphins 1 year. Most of that was with the Cardinals. 500 with the Dolphins, 600 with the Dolphins. He's had some okay years. He's a legit NFL running back. But part of the question again runs into he's 29 now. How much is left?
So there's also that question too. Like, not that I want to root for this guy in this game, but he goes to Miami. He gets drafted by Miami. They don't really run the ball when he's there. Like, that just wasn't their play call.
And
then he goes to Arizona, has 900 yards, right? And then I'm pretty sure, I forget who I think he gets hurt. I think he messed up his knee. He left, and that's why he went to the Raiders, who was he behind Jacobs at that point? Jacobs broke out.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, of course.
And then so obviously you're not going to take this guy that's been in the league so long when you got this young guy who's just been balling.
Well, he's still average. He's still averaged 4 yards a carry. Yeah. So I mean,
I'm just saying, maybe don't.
He's always averaged 4. Whoa! He's burping up some sardines here. Oh,
I thought you were saying poor guy's only averaging 4.
No, I'm saying he's averaging over 4 yards a carry for his career, and pretty much has done that every single place he's gone. So I mean,
I'm just saying, maybe we talk about King Henry. How old's King Henry? 31,
57,
30, 85, and running back years.
I don't know. That guy seems like he's old because he's a running back, but let's be honest, he's only been playing that long. He's 29, same year. All
right, so even better to prove my point, we look at King Henry. That guy has played about 80% of the snaps that he's been a starter in his career, most likely. I'm pulling that number out of my butt, but he hasn't played every single snap as a starter, but he's been damn close to it. And he's ran the ball way more.
I'm looking up right now.
But I'm just saying, Drake. I mean, yes, he had an injury.
Looking up his stats right now.
I'm just saying he hasn't been put to the test as much as some other 29-year-old running backs, that he may have a little bit more juice in the tank than some people may give him.
You're breaking.
No, you're burping.
So here's an interesting question for you, because I'm looking up Derrick Henry's stats as we're talking here. We'll get back on topic here in a second. I promise not to stay sidetracked for too long here, but if you had to guess, how many 1,000-yard rushing seasons did Derrick Henry have?
Three or four.
That's it? 4. I mean, that's kind of crazy if you think about it. How long he's been playing and how good he's been for so long. Only 4. Just shows you the length and the career of a running back.
Well, that's just looking at the numbers, because he was close to 1,000 yards a few times. He also dealt with, I think, a knee injury 1 year.
Just once. And that was the year he was close. He was 937 yards in 8 games.
Yep.
So I'm just pointing out the fact that, again. So
I'm just saying, I was just trying to say,
back on the topic.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah. All I was just saying is there might be some try to those tires, but back on topic.
Let's reel it in. All right. So you mentioned earlier about the Packers and having a bad stretch there. So weeks 2 to 7, I did the math here because I like doing math sometimes. Weeks 2 to 7, they had average 17 points per game. The rest of the season, they have averaged 26 points per game, which would put them squarely in the top 10 of the league at that point. So This is what I was saying. It's the tale of two different offenses. No matter of which offense you get, we have to hope we get the 17.1, not the 26.1, because that's a pretty significant difference. It's a 9-point difference there. Again,
Yeah,
I did the math.
but and it's funny because I was listening to CBS Sports or ESPN, I forget which one, and they were talking about the Patriots on the year. I think it was they said even 26.6 points.
Yeah. Well, I rounded off to an even number. So
I'm just saying
now when they do excel and they put up the points, though, it's because of the passing game overall. We got to keep in mind Jordan Love is only 13 career starts in this league, guys. That's all. 13 career starts. Not exactly a whole lot. So their line that was great. And that's really what helps make him good at adapting and learning on the fly here, so to speak. Their offensive line is spectacular. Right? We're probably not going to get to the quarterback very much. This is like the anti-wink game. And it's funny because you look at it with a young, basically, even though he's older, he's basically, for all intents and purposes, a rookie starting quarterback. And this is the one you want to throw kind of everything, including the kitchen sink at a quarterback here. But instead, you want to go, okay, this is a really good offensive line, but do you go after the young quarterback and try to go after him like that? Or do you go, okay, well, he's a really good offensive line. I'm better off confusing him into coverage. We know which one Wink is going to do because that's what Wink does. He's going to go after him, blitz the hell out of him. But like I said, it'd almost be interesting to see what happens there overall. So Jordan Love on the year. Jordan Love got a 61.3 completion percentage, 2,866 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. So he's still a very good quarterback. He is probably, at the very worst case scenario, an average to slightly above average quarterback in this league right now. And for it being only his first year starting, guys, that's not bad. Let's be very frank and say we would take him on this team in a freaking heartbeat over anybody we have at quarterback right now. So not a bad quarterback, not a great quarterback. That's where he's at right now, I think, in his career. But he's got the potential to become a very good quarterback in this league for quite a long time. Obviously, the Packers have a history of picking the right quarterback. It's what they do. As far as his weapons, who he's throwing to, Jaden Reed, who, again, we mentioned him during the injury report there, is 40 catches, 513 yards, 5 touchdowns. Romeo Doubs, 45 catches, 505 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Christian Watson only played 9 games this year, so his number's a little lower. 53 catches, 422 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Keep in mind, leads the leads the team in receptions. Only played 9 games.
And he also had like a 100-some-odd yard game last week.
Yeah.
So let's put that into the map. Yeah.
Getting back in the swing of things. Dontavian Wicks, 23 catches, 374 yards, and 1 touchdown. So they have 4 guys that are receivers that they kind of throw the ball to quite often there. So something to keep an eye on there. They also do incorporate the tight ends into the game. Luke Musgrave, 33 catches, 341 yards, and a touchdown. And occasionally Tucker Kraft gets into a 10 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Now, here's what's interesting. Of these 6 players we just listed, who were their top pass catchers outside of running backs there, all 6 of them have something in common. They're in NFL diapers, basically. Jaden Reed, 2nd-round rookie. Romeo Doubs, 2nd year out of the 4th round. Christian Watson, 2nd year out of the 2nd round. Dontavian Wicks, 5th-round rookie. Luke Musgrave, 2nd-round rookie. Tucker Kraft, 3rd-round rookie.
So I was going to bring this up before, but I just had a Jehovah's Witness at my door. I had to shoo him off.
I hope you wished him a happy birthday.
Oh, I did. Hail Satan.
Whoa. Wow, that took a dark turn, literally.
Anyway, this is the youngest team in the NFL right now. Their average age on this team is 24 and a half.
Yeah.
So this is, like you said, they're in diapers. This team, some games, they use the pull-ups. Some games, you need to use the baby powder on them.
And that's what I'm saying. I think the big thing is Wink needs to pull out all the stops and pull out the stuff that you usually wouldn't think a veteran team would get, kind of confused by. But you can confuse these guys. You got a young quarterback, young receivers, solid line. To me, you try to confuse him with crazy weird coverages and schemes and stuff like that, as opposed to throwing the kitchen sink like he's probably going to do with the blitz packages. He loves those blitz packages. I would personally draw people into coverage like crazy in weird situations like that and confuse them that way. That's what you want to do. You want to do zone coverage. You want to try to get some interception possibilities. You want to have guys
a lot
covered.
A lot of those fake blitzes. Looks like you stack the box and you just bring them out the zone.
Yep, exactly. But let's be honest, Wink ain't going to do it. It's not what Wink does. Winkety doo-dah, winkety a. It's not what he's going to do on this wonderful day. But yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have to go ahead and just understand that. So expect crazy blitz packages, and hopefully he sprinkles in some crazy weird zone coverages and stuff like that, but we'll have to see. All right, let's get into some final thoughts here on the Packers and Giants game.
Oh, yeah.
You did it again. You got muted because you talked during the video again. You just can't help yourself. So
I can't.
So first off, final thought here. I didn't put this one on the list, but I'm going to include this very first. Why the hell was this not flexed out of Monday Night Football? Are you freaking shitting me?
Why is there 2 Monday Night Football games? And both of them are terrible.
But it's like, why? Like, what's the whole point of having the flex option if you're not going to flex the better games into these primetime schedules? I don't get it. Nobody watches the Giants. Even Giant fans, so let's be honest, don't want to watch the Giants.
Let's say, as goofball fans out there, we all want to be
Dan DeVito. We're watching for Tommy DeVito, and that's all we're watching for at this point.
I'll be eating a chicken cutlet, don't you know?
Hey. All right, so on to legit final thoughts here. So we just talked about it. Focus on using this team's inexperience against them. Wink needs to pull out all the tricks.
Yeah,
got to get done.
It's going to go on both ends too. Like their offense and their defense.
Whoa.
Meet in the middle.
Oh gosh.
I'm just saying, like their offense is inexperienced. Yes, so is their defense.
That offense sucks.
They do, but if you scheme some different stuff around where that defense, you might be able to confuse them.
I think the big issue, like I said, is the defense injuries. Like if Jair Alexander, Rashawn Gary, Quay Walker, these guys aren't healthy and they don't play, or they're not even 100%, and that's something where it changes the realm of this defense, which changes how our offense runs as a whole. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye as things get closer and see where they're at there. So next up, focus on, and this is on defense, obviously, focus on stopping the pass. Make them run the ball. Not their strong suit. You want to play them into their weaknesses. Now, again, we talked about it. Drake coming back to play. We'll see what happens overall. I don't want to make Drake into the second coming of Christian McCaffrey here, but he's did pretty good against us last year. He's only 1 year older. It's not like it's 3 years ago. So it's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I mean, now he's also coming into a new system. To come in there, learn schemes.
It's not the sardines that really give me the aftertaste. It's the olive oil they're soaked in. You know that weird like olive oil aftertaste when you like raw olive oil.
Is it the olive oil that's soaked in sardines that's giving you the aftertaste?
Yeah,
or is it just the olive oil.
It's olive oil that's soaked in sardines. I mean, yes, I don't know.
So you're getting the flavor of the sardines soaked in the olive oil, or the olive oil.
No, I'm telling you, it's the olive oil. That's what it is that I'm getting. It's nasty. The sardines were better than the olive oil. I mean, this is a cheap can of sardines I got from freaking Walmart, obviously. So, I mean, wasn't going out and getting the good stuff here.
I'm sure there's plenty of fish guts All in that olive oil.
Oh,
Let's
I'm
give
sure
you
there
answer.
is. I'm sure there is. All right. So next up, the Packers are great. We talked about this about keeping teams out of the end zone. The Giants have to push the ball downfield to get as many chances to score touchdowns as possible. Field goals will typically not cut it against this team. So when your team is good, when the team you're facing is very good in the red zone, you need multiple chances in order to go ahead and do something. You can't just get in there once or twice and like, okay, well, we tried. Not going to work well, guys. Not going to work. Next up, I have Tommy DeVito. Needs to continue to improve. He's been doing better lately, and he's been proving that he could potentially have a career in this league as a backup. Again, he's not a starter. He's not going to be our starter long term. Let's not be delusional, because I hear people having that conversation in some circles.
He should start for us always.
Yeah, that's insanity. But he's getting better. That's a good thing. So, last one I have is the Giants need to play mistake-free and capitalize on any mistakes the Packers make to have a chance. Because let's be honest, the Packers are the better team. We picked them to win the game in our pick show there. We fully expect them to win the game. And then, when you have a team that you're facing that's better than you need to have them help you sometimes to win. And this could be one of those weeks. Get the right interception, get the right fumble, get the right, stop on a third down, and all of a sudden, Giants get better field position and things happen good for the offense. That's got to be that kind of game. If we win, hypothetically, which I'm not going to say is impossible, but I'll say it's unlikely. If we win, it's going to be because we got some help from the Packers. It'll have to be that kind of game.
I mean, that's been the Giants' way to win the past few years.
Oh my God.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God, that was nasty right there. Oh, that was definitely a fish gut olive oil combination there. Oh my gosh.
See, I was trying to say, man. Trying to let you understand what you're ingesting.
Oh,
there might be a sardine eye in there.
I'm ingesting whatever they ingested.
You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
I'm sure these sardines that they sold on sale at Walmart fed the finest diet sardines can be fed. All righty, guys. And any final thoughts you want to give here, Rob, before we get going?
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious tactics, but I mean, Giants need to be as proficient as they can be. Like, play no mistake football and capitalizing on the mistakes. Like, that's easy peasy football. Like you were just saying before, they just need to come in, do the job, and try to take advantage of a young team. That's it.
Yep. That's all they can do. So, all righty, guys. So we'll be with you guys post game, like I said, here like usual, to give you guys all the thoughts, processes, curse words about the game. So as soon as the game is over, check out right over here. We will be here. Like I said, we may go ahead and try to do also another episode for you guys here to give you guys a little update on the injuries and all. There's a lot of injuries, and this could very well potentially change how this game goes. So we'll have that there for you guys. Again, that'll be though for members only. So go to buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. And that's how you go sign up for that. All right, guys. So as always, we are live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and of course, Rob's favorite. Oh, yes, my LinkedIn profile. And of course, we're on every audio podcast platform known. I'm sorry, looking at Dakota going crazy on Connor again. Dakota, be nice. Be nice, Dakota, in the comment section here. But yeah, like I said, we're on every audio podcast platform known to man, usually the next day. I will put this one up probably live because most people don't have a ride into work tomorrow. People have a ride to the bar tonight and get it then. So, guys, as always, we appreciate you guys watching. Let's go through the last couple of comments here before we get going here, and then we're going to call it a night here. Let's see here. Connor says, hey, maybe you should change the show to 2 Giant Nutsacks. Well, that truth and advertising laws are really coming through, aren't they? Damn. Connor says, Drew, are you eating honey mustard sardines? Only kind I liked. No, this is just sardines in olive oil. That's all it is.
Deboned.
He says, you're burping, I'm farting, gassy night, LOL. And then Rob put in, I'm doing both in every single platform, including the ones that Connor's not on. Connor says, too much gas, no one laid a match. Yum fish guts. And then Connor says, obviously Dakota says nasty things about Connor, but he did apologize afterwards. He says, sorry, it's been a while since I've seen him. Just be nice, Dakota. I know you lost last week and you're a little upset about that, probably.
A little salty like those sardines.
It's okay. It's funny. Like we could talk trash. The Eagles have beaten us how many times in a row now? But oh well.
Oh, like 8 times, whatever.
I know. It is what it is. It is what it is. We still got the 4 rings. Sheesh. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
How do you feel about the Cowboys winning this division?
Dakota says it would be just one nutsack with 2 goofballs. There we go.
You're not wrong.
Then he puts 10-2. I get it. You have a very good record, very impressive record in the regular season. Just to see if you guys can close it out this year. So, all right, guys. We'll see you guys again, like I said, after the game there, or if you did sign up for the group, like I said, we'll post in there. We're going to do like I said, a special little 1.5 pregame there because, like I said, we have to go through some of the comments there. So the injuries there. Sorry, I'm looking at more comments. Dakota's going crazy here in the comments section here all of a sudden. Of course, guys, like I said, we will be there either way for you guys that were after the game. So tune on in, head on over. If we haven't already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Don't just watch and then walk away, guys. Hit the buttons. It's
a little button for you. It's a big plus for us.
Not the gumdrop buttons. And if you said you like the show, hit the bell there. That's how you know when new episodes are coming out if you're on YouTube there. All right, guys. We will see you guys again, like I said, Monday or during the weekend if you're one of the lucky members there of the group there. So, as always, Giant fans,
go G-Man! G-Man!
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support. If you made it this long, you must have enjoyed it. So I am sure you have followed us on all the social media platforms. Of course, you have subscribed to the show on your favorite app as well and given us a top rating. Right?
Thank you to those who have signed up for our silver gold levels of membership at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs.